Hola, mi amigo. Surprise Live. How are you? Surprise Live on this happy Tuesday. And I have a quick question for you. I'm curious people's take, men and women, if they think giving or receiving flowers is romantic. There's a reason I'm asking you, and this goes, you're going to love it. This goes deep into the last two posts, long stories that I've written that are just excellent, potent, relatable. I'll drop them in here. The two pinned right now on my wall. They go deep, deep, deep to inherited and absorbed programs, beliefs, biases, judgments, even word tracks. And I've been dissecting that this whole entire year deeply. And why I know you're going to love this thought, flowers. I love receiving flowers. I personally love to get them. And I love to give them too. Whether it's romantic, yeah, I think that's great. They can mean a lot of things. I've given men flowers and it's not been romantic whatsoever. Just, it's an appreciation. It's, I see you, I love you. There's something to brighten your day. Flowers are beautiful. Some of them smell really, really wonderful. And my favorite flower by scent are lilacs. Who likes lilacs? The reason I'm posing this question, and this is interactive, I'd really love to hear your thoughts on this one, is because I was having a conversation with a dear girlfriend of mine just a couple days ago. Now, she's my age, and she has an adult daughter at age 21, and she was remarking to me that her daughter receives flowers from her boyfriend, and she really loves it. The daughter does. And the remark was from my friend as a mother seeing her daughter happily receive flowers, is that it warmed her heart. That giving and receiving flow right there, that balanced, healthy flow, that her daughter was delighted to receive flowers from her boyfriend. And she was thinking back, this is what she was telling me. She was like, when I was her age, you know, my husband, she was married early, wanted to give me flowers. And he wanted to give me flowers because it made him happy, the gesture. And she would automatically refuse and say, no, 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 you don't have to get me anything. You don't have to do anything. Oh, don't bother. Flowers, they're just going to die. How many times have you heard that, right? Oh, no, that's too much. You don't have to get me anything. And then she started thinking about it, and she's like, wait a minute, that's not me. That's what I heard growing up, like around family and friends. They were saying like, oh, no, don't get me anything. No, it's too much. Refusing the gift of something as simple and beautiful as flowers, but it could be receiving anything. Oh, no, it's too much. Oh, don't bother. How many times have you heard that? In flowers or relation to anything. I've been talking about food, Barbie doll, jacuzzis on my 7th birthday, any type of present gift. That giving and receiving flow, it feels good to give something that you want to give to somebody, and they finish that cycle by receiving. And so when someone is automatically rejecting or refusing whatever it is that you're giving, you know, we're breaking that cycle, and it's not fulfilling. It's fulfilling to be able to give and receive that nice flow. And so often we're taught, like my girlfriend was telling me, I picked up all those patterns, those programs, those word tracks of like just refusing and saying, oh no, flowers are gonna die. You don't have to do anything for me. She goes, but that wasn't me. So I recognized that, and I flipped it, and I told my husband, I'm like, yeah, I would love some flowers. They're beautiful. I appreciate that. You know, flowers, however long they exist, right? We appreciate them for what they are. And so she changed that. She noticed that programming from when she was a child, from being around her parents, siblings, friends, that refusal of a gift, that refusal of a flow of give and take, giving and receiving. And minimizing oneself. Oh no, you don't have to do anything. Oh no, that's too much. Who says it's too much? Who says? Like probably like one of the questions I asked since I was 5 years old to everything. Who says? So inquisitive, like I don't want to have this passed down authority just because I said. I was like, I want to understand, like, how did one come to this rule, or mandate or belief system? I would like to examine it myself versus just, swallow it hook, line, and sinker. I would like to examine it myself. Inga, how are you? We were just having a conversation about food and art, weren't we? And you got it, my friend in Norway. You got the point of that post. In fact, you always do, and I say thank you. I really appreciate you. See, there you go. Giving and receiving energetically. Isn't that nice? And we're all worthy of it. This goes back to so many different deep-seated programs that we inherit and absorb and pick up. Hello from Norway, hello from Wisconsin, that we're not even aware of when we're kids. And I will say, like, our parents, school, church, society, network, most of it's innocent because they didn't examine what was passed down to them. So it's a perpetuating cycle, generationally, going down, 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 until someone steps up and says, whether they're a 7-year-old at their birthday party getting a Barbie doll jacuzzi that they really want and believe they absolutely deserve, it's not too much. No, I appreciate the friend who brought that birthday gift to my party when I was 7 years old. They wanted to give it to me and I wanted to receive it. And I absolutely could not wait to you got to read this post. This goes way back to programming. Once again, most of it's innocent because no one stopped to deprogram themselves, to dissect what's happening here. All these beliefs and patterns that are programmed to us when we're young, and then we live with them for our entire lives without dissecting, deconstructing. Does that really resonate? Is that mine? No, it's just something I absorbed as a child, probably innocently, until we step up and be the one to break that cycle and to ask the questions and to really go within, look in the mirror. Is that really who I am or who I want to be? The one that's refusing gifts, refusing giving, saying, no, it's too much. Oh, no, you don't have to. No, that's too much. Oh, no, why would you do that? Don't spend your money on me. What? How many people were raised hearing that around them? Back to the Barbie doll jacuzzi on my 7th birthday, I had a friend, and we're still friends. He's a friend here on Facebook. He wanted to give me the hot new gift that nobody in our little universe had. The new Barbie doll jacuzzi. And I remember I was so excited. After my party, I went home and my sister and I were like getting out our Barbie dolls and getting that little jacuzzi hot tub. And, it was a simple plastic toy, but to us back then, it was like this whole new social scene for an accessory for our dolls. And it was so cool. And at that time, at that age, at 7, I was like, I don't have any like worthiness programs that I have to refuse a gift or say it's too expensive for me. $20 back then to a lot of little kids might have seemed like a lot of money. And if you haven't read my caviar story, when I'm walking out of a restaurant, a friend who is celebrating an achievement of his son, his young adult son, invited me out to this extravagant, beautiful meal where I ate some things I've never eaten before, and it was wonderful, and I allowed myself to without any guilt or shame or putting myself below or feeling superior because I was in the back room of this, popular. There was none of that. It was just pure experience, right? Inga, you were talking about you let yourself enjoy, whether it's luxury or non-luxury, you enjoy it fully without any of those mental programs going, am I worthy of this? Or am I superior to someone else because I'm eating this and they're not? There's none of that. And like these little things are not so little. I walked out of that restaurant having nothing but just absolute delight and gratitude that I got to experience it. And I calculated $2,500 worth of food and wine was sitting, mostly caviar, sitting in my stomach, at my belly as I walked out of that restaurant. But on the flip side, I've eaten street food and the most humble meals all over the world in my travels. And some of those meals have been the most incredible as well. And the same goes for the company. I appreciate both very much so. And the experience and camaraderie and breaking of bread that gets to happen, the connection, all of that is meaningful to me. And I'm glad that I don't immediately refuse. I can talk about looking at the right side of the menu first. How many people have been programmed since you were a kid? Oh, don't order too much. It's not in the budget, B word, right? Look at the right side of the menu where normally the prices are. Oh, well, that's going to limit pretty much everything that I'm desiring to eat right now. And what I was proposing, and you can think about this a little bit more, especially if you read these two stories, I'll drop them in here, is that how many times we shoot ourselves in the foot, we pigeonhole ourselves, block ourselves from all the joy and expansion and experience that is, and love that's available by immediately limiting ourselves by going to the right side of the menu in everything in life, not just in a restaurant, where you want to live, who you want to have relationships with, maybe where you want to travel, how you want to design your life. We've been programmed, mostly innocently, since we were kids, to immediately limit ourselves because that's the examples that we were getting from around us. Not everybody, but often. And so it's expanding me massively when I start thinking about so many people live with these limitations that aren't theirs. They never consciously chose that or decided that for themselves. They've inherited it, absorbed, programmed, indoctrinated, usually as children. And this is something that I'm really getting my teeth into right now because it affects so many people. Hi, Nate or Nate. How's it going, man? My friend in Florida. How are you? So I invite you on our surprise live here and back to the stories of the flowers. Are flowers romantic? Is it a gift that you can receive as a man, Nate? What if a woman gave you flowers? I'm really curious about that because this is truly about giving and receiving, keeping that flow of reciprocity, of appreciation. Oh man, it's just like moving energy. That's what it is. And when we block ourselves from giving or receiving, and what happens after that energetically, and the programs that we have picked up around that, just from this one example. So thanks to my friend in Australia, I told her today, I said, I'm sharing your story. She knows who she is. About the flowers, about how you rejected flowers, refused the gift of flowers when you were in your early 20s because of the programs you picked up. Oh no, you don't have to do anything for me. Oh no, don't spend money on me. Flowers are going to die. Oh no, you don't have to. Don't put me up. Don't elevate me with a gift because I'm just going to stay small and contracted over here and minimize myself. Oh, that one goes back to a lot of worthiness right there as well. There's a whole rabbit hole of self-love. So stay tuned. There's a lot of themes here that I've been discussing and giving you some bite-sized samples. A chef, and we're talking about food, of course loves to give samples to people who enjoy food, culinary delight. Samples so you can sample the food of a chef. Oh, yeah, this is great food. I want to try more. And I do that as a writer and filmmaker and storyteller. So you're getting some really meaty samples from me right now. So this will start giving you an idea, whet your appetite to the first book that I'm writing right now. And there's so much coming, more on that soon. And I have a big announcement launching today. Stay tuned, it's coming soon. Keep your eye on this place. There's a lot of really amazing announcements, content ideas, thought-provoking questions to go deep. And everything from what I create, the intention is to be of service to my global human family, all of it. And that's always how it's been for me. Because whatever I learn, experience, expand, benefit from, of course I want to share it with you. So you can benefit as well. That's just how I'm wired. How I'm wired for harmony, I'm wired for service. And it is my honor and pleasure to be so. So stay tuned on the announcement coming very shortly. It will probably be by noon Central Standard Time. If you're just watching this and joining from somewhere, I would say please say hello, that you're watching the replay. Let us know what part of the world you're joining from. And yeah, I'd love to hear your insights on this. This is meant to be interactive, engaging, and I love to hear people's feedback, questions, publicly preferably, but if you want to reach out to me privately, that's great as well. So have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Mwah, much love, and I'll see you on the next video.